Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to shred your old and make better your new. Welcome to episode 26 of the School of Shred, the one and only. This is holistic health and fitness, where we look at the mind, body, spirit. Today we're going to talk about how to shred fat, the one thing none of us want. So if you guys are tuning in and watching this live, if you could go ahead and let me know where you're at, where you're located. Let me know where Shred Nation is. Let's interact. Being part of Shred Nation is a full contact participation event, and I appreciate you guys' support. The schedule for the show is Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. So I'm here every day bringing you the School of Shred every day, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. You can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and if you want to take the school on the go, you can take it on the go with the podcast app and Spotify. Just look up The School of Shred. And if you guys want more on this topic that we're about to get into today, I've put together a free 10-part holistic health curriculum that I'm going to give to you for free for joining the School of Shred email list. So if you pop over to schoolofshredpodcast.com, takes less than a minute, fill out the information, and you'll start rebooting your system and start awakening your holistic health potential today. So you'll get that email right away. With that, let's get started. So this is episode 26 of the School of Shred. How to shred body fat. So I'm going to share with you guys some things that I've done over the years, I've learned over the years, and my clients have done over the years. For those of you who don't know me, I have been a personal trainer for about 10 years now. And so I've trained hundreds of clients in a real life setting. So I've been in corporate gyms. I've been on my own, running my own business. So I am a talking head online, but I'm not quite a talking head that doesn't have any experience. So with that said, this body fat thing is the one thing nobody wants. Nobody wants body fat. And I want to share some tips with you guys. I got 5 tips for you today that can help you start shedding body fat today and shredding it. So let's get into it. The first one is going to be nourishing digestive health. The first way to shred fat is going to be nourishing digestive health. The second one is going to be unclogging hormones and restoring hormone balance, restoring healthy hormones. The third one we're going to talk about is exploring metabolic fasting. So the opposite of meal frequency. That when I got into the fitness industry, it was all about meal frequency. You needed to eat 17 times a day in order to keep the fire going, your metabolism going, but that's shown to just not really work as well. And we'll get into why that is. So number 4, we have balancing the central nervous system. Okay, balancing the central nervous system, that's going to be extremely important when we want to burn fat. And so there are some things that my clients and I have done that I want to share with you that might be able to help. And then number 5 is leveraging your lifestyle. Motion is lotion, okay? And it keeps things going. And so we want to move more. We want to leverage our lifestyle to create more movement and bring up this neat little word called NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is all the calories that you burn when you are not working out. And so we need to leverage your life, because in 2020, if you're a business professional, CEO, you're in meetings all day, or you're on your computer all day and you're working with your internal communication system, going back and forth with your team, you're sitting a lot. And so there's some things that we can do to leverage our lifestyle to create more movement, which is going to help push blood around the system, keep blood sugar regulated, and help us ultimately shred the body fat that we want, create the body we want, to create the life that we want. And so let's dig a little deeper into each one of those 5 topics I just went into. So number 1 is digestive health. And so you have 10 bacteria to 1 human cell in your body, and most of them reside in your gut. Okay, so you actually have more bacteria living inside of you, and us, we do, living inside of us than we do human cells. And so that's important to note because we want to nourish bacteria. We don't want to be scared of bacteria. Right now in the world, we're scared of certain pathogens and things that can get us sick, but we want to nourish the good bacteria, and there's a few ways we can do that. We can start eating fermented foods. So one thing that I do is I consume fermented foods at least once a day. Specifically, I try to have them with every meal, but because I eat one big meal a day, most days it's one or two meals. It's usually one or two servings of a fermented food. So those are things like kimchi, sauerkraut, kombucha tea. You can make kombucha tea at home if you get your own starter and do some research into that. It's much cheaper that way, and you can actually have lower sugar content because you put your own goodies in there. So kombucha will really help. Sauerkraut, kimchi. These guys basically are giving you lactobacillus because of it's an anaerobic process that happens. And so the reason that they feel kind of or taste a little bit sour, these foods, is because they have actual lactic acid in them. So these guys are good for the gut. Another thing that's good for the gut, and that's helped my clients and myself, is introducing fiber. So fiber is a prebiotic source, and it's what all the bacteria in your large intestine feed off of. And so it's healthy bacterial food, fiber is. So it goes through your small intestine, it gets to your large intestine, and that's where it's munched up. You have too much of it, and that's how you get gassy. And so you want the right amount, but fiber can definitely help restore gut balance and increase digestion ability. And so again, if you guys want to hear more about this, I have a full guide that I'm giving away for free right now at schoolofshredpodcast.com. All you got to do is join the school's email list, and you will get this. And this is a great way to reboot the system. Super important when we're looking at holistic health. If you're not just looking to burn body fat and build muscle, but you want longevity with that, then we want to focus on holistic health. The next thing is going to be bone broth. Bone broth is extremely reparative to the gut, the lining of the gut. And so you can make that with grass-fed bones, with bone marrow. You can do like a slow simmer for 14 hours. I like to do grass-fed bones with a gallon or two of water, and then I'll simmer that with some carrots and celery, like big old organic celery stalks, for 14 hours. And it makes a really good broth. It's homemade. It's from good bones. You're getting a lot of good nutrition in there, and that can help your digestive health. And then the last one is going to be glutamine. So supplementing with glutamine, it's basically what builds the lining of the wall in your gut, and so that can actually help you as well. So most glutamine, you don't actually absorb it because it's absorbed in the large intestine. So that can help nourish your digestive health, which is the first way to shred body fat. So the next way to shred body fat is to unclog your hormones and heal your hormones. So restore optimal hormone balance. This is one of the most important things that I've found to do when you're not taking drugs to build muscle. We have to nourish our hormones. If we want to build as much natural muscle as possible, we need to be worrying about spike in testosterone, getting growth hormone high, making sure insulin is low so we can burn body fat, and spike in insulin at the right time so we can help store it and build muscle. And it's about going back and forth on that. So restoring hormones is absolutely imperative. And if you got 30, 40, 50 pounds to lose or more, you have an increased leptin running through your body. Your set point is high and your insulin is high. And so that's a clogged hormone system. And until we fix that, you're not going to be able to lose weight. And so just dropping calories is not the ideal way to go. You have to figure out what foods are going to interact with your body the right way. The thing that works for myself and my clients is we explore whole earth grown nutrients, whole earth grown foods, organic foods, good foods, hormone-free foods, not just calories. It's not just a calorie battle. That can be a piece of it, but eventually you don't just keep cutting calories when you got 50 pounds to lose, because you're going to be eating nothing every day and you're going to start gaining body fat again. We have to focus on the quality of the calories we are eating at some point, because this unclogs our hormones. Okay. So moving on is another way to unclog hormones. Sorry, I got to get into this. So natural foods, we went into that. Focusing on recovery is absolutely imperative to restoring hormones. So getting enough sleep, quantity and quality. We talked about that on yesterday's show, which was episode 25 of the School of Shred. That was called Shredded in Your Sleep. And then we want to worry about stress management. Very important for you business professionals out there that work in tech and you work long days because you're on salary and you're chasing your purpose and your vision. You have to manage your stress. It's very important. My clients, when they come in to see me, I work mostly with business people and in the tech industry. And when they come in to see me, the first thing I got to do is teach them about stress management, because a lot goes on during the workday that can be hard to release and get away from. And so you got to build some things in. So one of the things the students at the School of Shred go through is an examining process of these stressors and how to manage them better, and so they can create the life that they want. And then the last thing is proper exercise. So exercise, if you didn't know, it increases insulin sensitivity. Okay, it increases nutrient uptake into the muscle cell, which can really, really help your overall health and unclog your hormones. It also spikes all the right hormones that are associated with building muscle. Lo and behold, lifting heavy things makes you want to build muscle. And so that's important for unclogging your hormones, which is one of the most important ways that we can try to shred the body fat we want. And then number 4 is going to be balancing the central nervous system. So you can kind of see this theme. I've talked about this before. We want to balance the central nervous system. We got two dominant states that we can get into. We have a fight or flight state, which is this sympathetic nervous system. And then we have this rest and digest state, which is called the parasympathetic nervous system. And so these two are going back and forth all day long, depending on what's going on. When we wake up, we have a high cortisol level in healthy individuals because that's what helps us wake up. Light helps us produce more cortisol. It keeps melatonin levels low, but that's not good at night when you're trying to go to bed. We actually want to start winding down. And so when we're working out, we're sending a fight or flight response. When you get in a fight with somebody who's higher up in your company than you, or somebody who's lower, or whatever, your accountant messes up on your taxes, that's going to cause this fight or flight state. And so you can start to see that a lot of us in 2020 who are go-getters and in business, we can run this real trap of just constantly stimulating this fight or flight response. So we'll do it at work, we do it in traffic, then we go to the gym and we hammer ourselves. When are you unplugging and getting into a rest and digest state? You got to manage that if you want to recover from exercise and keep cortisol low. I've gone into before that if you're in a stressed out state, it can actually increase blood glucose. When glucose goes up, your fat burning potential goes down. There's a whole process associated with that, but we'll keep it simple there. And then the last thing of the day is move more. Motion is lotion. Motion is lotion, folks. So you want to leverage your lifestyle. And what I mean by this is you need to build activity into your day. I was talking to a client yesterday about this, and this gentleman, he's got a Peloton bike at home, and he had some time before the workout, our workout. He had some time where he could have done some cardio, but he was asking, like, is it best to do it before or after to do some lower intensity steady state cardio? And he didn't do it because he thought that the answer would be you shouldn't do it, because that's the general rule that people give out, is you shouldn't do cardiovascular activity before you lift weights because it can decrease output and energy production inside the lifting session. I say scrap that. We are forgetting the overarching theme, this satellite view that human beings do not move enough. We don't move enough. So stop listening to bodybuilders that say when you do low intensity steady state cardio, your metabolism adapts to that. We don't move enough. Most people don't get 5,000 steps a day. And so what you can do for your health is leverage your lifestyle. You go on a short 10-minute walk in the morning, a short 10-minute walk at lunch to help your food digest, start breathing through your diaphragm. That helps release this parasympathetic response, which can help you relax. And then you can go for another little walk in the afternoon after you get off. You don't have to slave away on a treadmill. And we got to rethink what we think about exercise. Cardiovascular activity, we should just look at as movement. You just got to move more. And so that's like a step tracker. That's a really easy way to do it. So you create a goal for how many steps you want to get a day, and you nudge that goal and try to get it up to 10,000, 8,000, wherever you're at right now. And this is especially important during these times when we're stuck at home and a lot of us aren't going out as much due to the COVID pandemic. So just trying to walk and to move and to maybe jump on your bike and like if you have an exercise bike, you can jump on that bad boy and do 10, 15 minutes in the morning and do it several times a day. You don't have to get sweaty. You can check your emails on your phone, leverage your lifestyle to move more. And you don't have to consider every activity as like this big, massive energy dump that's called exercise. Exercise is movement. It's one of the guiding principles of the School of Shred is we got to relearn and refocus what we think exercise is. We don't move enough in today's society. We sit for 12 hours a day on a computer, a lot of us, doing business. And so if you can take short rest breaks and just move a little bit, it's going to help out a lot. If you can knock out 50 push-ups in the office, I got more than enough room in here where I can do that and get blood flow going, which can help my brain work a little bit better during the workday. So that's what I got for you guys today. So if you guys want to shred body fat, consider looking at nourishing your digestive health, unclogging hormones, exploring metabolic fasting, balancing the central nervous system, and moving more. I realized that we actually skipped over metabolic fasting. So metabolic fasting you can do for anywhere from 16 to 24 to 72 hours. And so intermittent fasting is typically this where you do like 16 hours and then you eat within an 8-hour period. So you might skip breakfast and skip lunch and have like a late lunch and a dinner together. And what that can do is it lowers insulin levels and it helps stabilize blood glucose. And furthermore, if you do a longer fast, you can actually induce what's called cellular autophagy, which is like a damaged cell cleanup. So your body actually goes through and starts cleaning up these dead mutated cells that can cause an issue to your long-term health. So fasting is something to consider. It helps bring that insulin number down, which really can help you tap into burning body fat. And it can also help you modulate your hunger levels. It can kick cravings in a big way. You might have some hard moments in the fast, but what happens if you start doing this regularly, you'll notice that you see cravings as nothing more than just your body trying to get you to eat and trying to encourage you based off habit. You're not truly hungry, and you can learn that through fasting. And then the last thing that I went over today was the leveraging lifestyle through movement. So that's all I got for you guys today. That's episode 26 of the School of Shred. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys are watching this, go ahead and comment where you're at, where you're watching from. Interact a little bit. Shred Nation. What I want you to do today for me, do me one favor, and that's pick one of these topics we went over, write it down, and what's one thing that you can improve upon today. So give yourself one assignment today, one homework assignment from the School of Shred, and examine which one of these guys you could improve by the time you go to bed tonight to shred your old, make better your new, and create a better life. Okay, and so we'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. We have the Q&A this Friday, so ask your questions. We'll be going over them on Friday's show. And go ahead and give us a review on the podcast app. Go ahead and check out the 10-part holistic health curriculum on School of Shred podcast. And that's all I got for you guys. I want you guys to stay strong and healthy in body, stay relentless and energized in your spirit, and stay determined in your pursuits. You know what that spells. That spells shred. Now go shred your day and get better in every way. Signing out for Tuesday. Class dismissed.